The smell of pine trees, the quiet morning forest, and the feel of a good rifle in your hands, these things make hunting special. But the rifle that worked great for you 10 or 15 years ago might not be the best choice today. Maybe you need a clearer sight picture. Maybe your shoulder doesn't like heavy recoil anymore. Or maybe that heavy rifle is just too much to carry all day. That's why I've spent the 4 months testing and trying out rifles that work best for today's hunters. Number 1 definitely will shock you. I've checked everything: how heavy they are, how much they kick, how easy they are to see through the sights, and how simple they are to clean and take care of. Because hunting isn't just about making the shot. It's about enjoying every minute in the woods without your gear giving you problems. Hit the like and subscribe buttons. Now let's start. Number 10. The Browning Bar MK3. The Browning Bar MK3 turns heads at the range and in the woods for good reason. This semi-auto rifle fixes 3 big problems many hunters face. It reduces kick, allows quick second shots, and feels well balanced in your hands. The light aluminum frame keeps the weight at just 7.1 pounds, much lighter than many other rifles that shoot the same .308 bullets. I tested this rifle in all kinds of weather over 3 months. My shoulder felt fine, even after shooting 200 rounds in one day. The clever gas system spreads out the kick so much that it feels like shooting a much smaller rifle. During last year's deer season, I carried it for 8 miles through rough country, and my arms weren't tired at all thanks to how well it balances. The magazine pops out easily with a simple push, working smoothly even when I wore thick gloves in freezing weather. Unlike cheaper rifles that feel rough when you work the bolt, this one glides smoothly from day one. Its price, $1,499, which is not cheap, but this isn't a rifle you'll replace soon. It's built to last for decades. Pros: clean trigger that breaks at the same 3.5 pounds every time. Special finish that didn't rust even during my rainy elk hunt. Easily attaches to most bipods without extra parts. Big bolt handle that's easy to grab with gloves. Cons: no sling attachments included. Costs about $20 extra. Trigger guard space is too small for thick winter gloves. Stock length can't be adjustable for different shooters. Needs about 50 shots before it reaches best accuracy. This rifle works best for hunters who hate heavy recoil and need fast second shots when hunting big game. Number 9. The Ruger American Ranch. The Ruger American Ranch shines as a rifle built for hunters who battle thick brush and tight spaces. This compact rifle comes in the .350 Legend caliber, which hits with enough power but doesn't kick your shoulder like larger rounds do. At just 6.1 pounds, with a short 16.12-inch barrel, your arms will thank you after a full day of hunting rough country. During my field tests, the trigger system really stood out. I adjusted it myself in just minutes without any special tools. Just turned a small screw until it felt perfect at 3.5 pounds. Most other rifles need a gunsmith visit for this simple change. Last winter, I took this rifle out when temperatures dropped below freezing. While other hunters struggled with frozen bolts, the Ruger worked smoothly all day without a single problem. The way this rifle keeps its zero is impressive. I sighted it in during August heat waves, and when November hunting season arrived with freezing temperatures, my first shot still hit exactly where I aimed. No surprises, no wasted shots. With a price of $579, you'll save hundreds compared to other rifles on this list without giving up accuracy or reliability. I especially like the safety switch position. It works perfectly for both right and left-handed shooters without awkward hand movements. Pros: Safety works equally well for right and left-handed hunters. Barrel comes ready for muzzle brakes or sound suppressors. Includes scope mounts in the box, saves you $40 to $50. Breaks down for cleaning without needing any tools. Cons: only one barrel length. Basic rear sight doesn't adjust easily. Bolt action feels slightly rougher than more expensive rifles. Plastic magazine might crack in extreme cold weather. This rifle works perfectly for hunters who need something light and short for hunting in thick woods, shooting from blinds, or hiking long distances to their hunting spots. Number 8. The Savage 110 Hunter. The Savage 110 Hunter stands out as the most customizable rifle on our list. This rifle lets you adjust it to fit your body perfectly without ever visiting a gunsmith. The special stock system uses simple spacers and risers that you can change in minutes with the included tool. At $789, it delivers features usually found on rifles costing hundreds more. I tested this rifle in .243 Winchester, a perfect caliber that works great. During a 3-day hunting trip last fall, I shared this rifle with both my son and my wife. Each of us could quickly adjust the stock to fit our different body sizes. No other rifle on this list can do that without expensive extra parts. The 22-inch barrel gives you the perfect mix of accuracy and easy handling in the woods. I consistently hit 2-inch groups at 200 yards using standard hunting ammo, not the expensive match-grade stuff. The bolt has an oversized handle that's a real blessing when wearing gloves or when your hands get stiff in cold weather. What impressed me most was how easy this rifle is to take apart and clean. All the internal parts have clear markings, making it simple to maintain even if your close-up vision isn't what it used to be. Pros: color-coded adjustment spacers make fitting simple. Floating bolt head improves accuracy with different ammo brands. Large bolt release button is easy to find without looking. Safety sits forward where your thumb naturally rests. Cons: initial setup takes about 30 minutes to get perfect. Magazine spring is very stiff when new. Some metal edges need filing to prevent scratches. Limited choices for replacement stocks if you want to upgrade. This rifle works best for families where multiple people share hunting gear, or for hunters who want a rifle that will adapt as their needs change over the years. Number 7. The Winchester Model 70 Featherweight. The Winchester Model 70 Featherweight blends old-school craftsmanship with modern hunting needs. This rifle carries the legacy of what many hunters call the perfect bolt action, while adding features that matter in today's hunting conditions. Priced at $949, it sits in the middle of our list, but performs like a much more expensive rifle. I took this rifle on a mountain last season. At 6.8 pounds, it hit the perfect balance, light enough to carry up steep slopes all day, but heavy enough to stay steady when taking a shot. The pre-64 style feeding system grabbed each round smoothly, even when my hands were shaking from the cold. Not once did it jam or misfire during 2 weeks of harsh weather. The 308 Winchester chambering gives you proven stopping power without excessive noise or recoil. What really stands out is the raised comb on the stock that naturally lines your eye up with the scope. After long days of glassing for deer, this simple feature prevented the neck strain that comes from poor cheek position. The MOA trigger system provides just enough resistance to prevent accidental shots, but breaks cleanly when you're ready to fire. Unlike many modern glass rod triggers that break suddenly, this one gives you clear feedback throughout the pull. Pros: hinged floor plate lets you unload without cycling rounds through the action. Solid recoil lug prevents the scope from losing zero even after rough handling. 3-position safety lets you lock the bolt while still moving the trigger. Steel trigger guard stands up to bumps and drops that would crack plastic cons. Higher price for a wood stock rifle. Barrel doesn't come threaded for accessories. Stock length can't be adjusted for different shooters. Only accepts traditional scope mounting systems. This rifle shines brightest in the hands of hunters who value reliability above all else and appreciate traditional craftsmanship with just the right modern touches. Number 6. The Tikka T3X Lite. The Tikka T3X Lite changed my mind about lightweight rifles. For years, I believed a rifle had to be heavy to be accurate, until this Finnish beauty proved me wrong. Made in the land of endless forests and serious hunters, this rifle brings features that matter when you're miles from anywhere and your one shot has to count. I took this rifle on a backcountry hunt where I had to carry everything on my back for 7 days. At just 6.5 pounds, the Tikka saved my shoulders and back, but what really surprised me was its dead-on accuracy. The 7mm 08 caliber I tested delivers excellent knockdown power while generating about 20% less kick than a standard .308. On day 5, after hiking 12 miles, I was able to make a perfect 275-yard shot, despite being tired and breathing hard. The recoil was so mild, I watched my buck drop through the scope. The synthetic stock contains 30% more glass fiber than most competitors, making it virtually indestructible. I accidentally slammed it in my truck door twice, and it didn't crack or chip. What sets this rifle apart is the modular grip system. You can swap the standard grip for a larger one that fits better with gloves, or if you have bigger hands. The action feels like it runs on ball bearings, so smooth you can cycle it with just your pinky finger. For $699, you're getting European precision that outperforms rifles costing twice as much. Pros: metal magazine body won't crack like plastic ones do in extreme cold. Grip pattern gives perfect traction even in pouring rain. Scope mounting system doesn't need separate bases. Safety operates silently. Cons: scope bases sold separately, adding about $50 to the price. Limited barrel length options compared to American-made rifles. Magazine only holds 3 rounds in standard calibers. Basic recoil pad that might need upgrading for magnum calibers. This rifle belongs on the shoulders of mountain hunters, backcountry adventurers, and anyone who walks far to find their game, but refuses to compromise on accuracy when the moment of truth arrives. Number 5. The Weatherby Vanguard Select. The Weatherby Vanguard Select earned its way into the middle of our list by focusing on what matters most in the field: reliability when it counts, and comfort during long days. After using this rifle on 3 different hunting trips in different types of land, I'm convinced it offers one of the best values in the hunting world today. During a late-season elk hunt, temperatures dropped to -15 degrees. This made most guns hard to work because their oil got thick like syrup. But the Vanguard still worked smoothly because it's made so well. The special shape of the stock helped my eye line up perfectly with the scope without straining my neck. This small feature really helped after spending 8 hours looking for animals through binoculars. The 2-stage trigger on this rifle is what really sets it apart. Unlike standard triggers that can surprise you, not in a good way, this one gives clear feedback before breaking at a crisp 3.5 pounds. When I had a bull elk step out at 327 yards after a week of hunting, that predictable trigger helped me make a perfect shot despite my racing heart. The 3-position safety clicks firmly into each setting. You can actually feel it with gloves on without looking down. The 24-inch barrel in .270 Winchester delivered flat trajectory that made distance estimation less critical. My bullets dropped only 8 inches from 200 to 300 yards. For $849, you're getting accuracy that used to only come with rifles costing over $1,200. Pros: pillar bedding keeps action solid for consistent accuracy in any weather. Wide trigger shoe distributes pressure evenly for smoother pulls. Hand-lapped barrel for match-grade accuracy with hunting ammo. Dual front swivel studs let you attach both a sling and a bipod. Cons: heavier barrel profile adds weight for long hiking days. No iron sights included if your scope fails. Checkering pattern too sharp when using without gloves. Limited color options beyond standard black. This rifle shines brightest in the hands of hunters who demand unfailing performance in harsh conditions and want match-grade accuracy without the custom rifle price tag. Number 4. The Benelli Lupo. The Benelli Lupo breaks all the rules of traditional hunting rifles, and that's exactly why it deserves this spot on our list. Known mostly for their shotguns, Benelli shocked the hunting world when they created this rifle with technology that feels like it came from the future. After spending 3-4 months testing it in the field, I'm convinced it's worth every penny of its $1,399 price tag. The recoil system on this rifle is unlike anything I've ever experienced. When I let 5 different hunters shoot it at the range, they all said the same thing: "Where's the kick?" The progressive comfort system uses a series of interlocking buffers that absorb recoil in stages. I shot 40 rounds of full-power 308 loads in one session without a sore shoulder, something I couldn't do with any other rifle on this list. For hunters who've developed flinch problems or shoulder sensitivity, this feature alone makes the Lupo worth considering. What really sets this rifle apart is the chassis system with 7 different adjustments. You can change the stock fit in minutes using just your fingers. No tools needed. I customized it to fit perfectly with both summer clothes and thick winter hunting gear. The cryogenically treated barrel, frozen to -300 degrees during manufacturing, delivers incredible accuracy. My 5-shot groups measured just 0.82 inches at 100 yards using store-bought ammunition. The detachable magazine drops free with a simple push. No more fighting with sticky magazines when reloading with cold hands. The grip panels can be swapped out to match your hand size, another detail that makes long days in the field more comfortable. Pros: dual shell extractors pull cases free even when dirty or stuck. Tool-free adjustment system adapts to any shooter's build. Extra-large trigger guard opening fits the thickest winter gloves. Cerakote finish options resist scratches and corrosion better than bluing cons. Takedown for cleaning is more complex than traditional rifles. Premium price point will strain some budgets. Heavier than other rifles with similar features. Magazines are Benelli specific and cost more than standard ones. This rifle belongs in the hands of hunters who want cutting-edge technology, hate recoil, and appreciate Italian craftsmanship that turns heads at camp and performs flawlessly in the field. Number 3. The Bergara B14 Ridge. The Bergara B14 Ridge proves that world-class barrels can come at real-world prices. Made by Spanish barrel masters who learned their craft making precision military rifles, this gun delivers accuracy that will make you question every other rifle you've ever owned. At $825, it offers performance that used to require custom gunsmithing and a much higher price tag. During my extreme weather testing, this rifle faced conditions that would make most guns fail. I deliberately left it in my truck overnight during a 22-degree cold snap, then took it directly to the range the next morning without letting it warm up. The action still cycled perfectly when other rifles would have been frozen solid. 5 shots later, my group measured just 0.7 inches at 100 yards with cold barrel and freezing temperatures. That's the kind of reliability that matters when you've hiked miles for one perfect shot opportunity. The soft-touch synthetic stock feels completely different from the plastic toy feel of other rifles in this price range. It maintains perfect grip even in pouring rain or with sweaty hands. I especially love the stock geometry. It distributes the rifle's 7.3 pounds so effectively that it carries like a much lighter gun. The 6.5 Creedmoor chambering offers match-grade accuracy with recoil mild enough for all-day shooting sessions. The curved trigger shoe might seem like a small detail, but for hunters with arthritis or finger sensitivity, it makes a huge difference in trigger control and shot placement. Pros: sliding plate extractor grabs cases reliably, even when dirty. Loading port edges have a special bevel that guides rounds smoothly into the chamber. Dual front bedding screws keep the action rock solid for consistent accuracy. Cheek piece has a special cutout that guides your face to the perfect position. Every time cons: stock length can't be adjusted for different shooters. Comb height might be too tall for some low-mounted scopes. Limited barrel threading options for muzzle devices. Trigger pull weight can't be adjusted without a gunsmith. This rifle was built for hunters who demand bench rest accuracy in field conditions and aren't willing to baby their equipment to get it. It performs best in the hands of shooters who value precision above all else. Number 2. The Sako 85 Carbon Lite. The Sako 85 Carbon Lite feels like someone read my mind and built exactly what I've always wanted in a hunting rifle. When I first picked it up, I actually double-checked if it was loaded because it felt too light to be real. At just 5.9 pounds, this featherweight marvel combines old-world Finnish craftsmanship with space-age carbon fiber to create what might be the perfect mountain rifle. I put this rifle through absolute torture during a 14-day backcountry hunt. We climbed over 60,000 feet of elevation in those 2 weeks, and every ounce saved matters when you're gasping for air above 10,000 feet. The carbon fiber stock and fluted stainless steel barrel shaved off nearly 2 pounds compared to traditional rifles. But the real magic happened when I spotted a ram at 372 yards across a windy basin. Despite the rifle's light weight, it stayed steady as a rock during my shot sequence. The adjustable trigger broke like fine crystal at exactly 3 pounds, and the ram dropped cleanly with one perfect shot. The action features 3 locking lugs with an oversized bolt handle that's easy to operate even with numb fingers or thick gloves. The feed lips are polished to a mirror finish, virtually eliminating feeding problems even with oddly shaped bullets. In 7mm 08 Remington, it delivers flat trajectory and mild recoil that lets you watch your hit through the scope. During a surprise rainstorm, I noticed water beading up and rolling off both the stock and barrel. No rust worries with this rifle. At $2,399, it's our most expensive option, but for hunters who count ounces and demand unfailing performance, it's worth every penny. Pros: feed system controls the cartridge. Optional set trigger can be adjusted. Built-in recoil block absorbs kick. Full-length aluminum bedding prevents accuracy-robbing flex cons. Premium price will stretch many budgets. Limited production means they can be hard to find in stock. Special maintenance needed for carbon fiber components. Requires Sako-specific scope bases. This rifle belongs in the hands of serious mountain hunters, backcountry adventurers, and anyone who hikes far and shoots far but refuses to sacrifice an ounce of accuracy for weight savings. Number 1. The Kimber Hunter Pro. The Kimber Hunter Pro claims our top spot by doing something I thought impossible. It combines every feature serious hunters need most without compromise. When I first unboxed this rifle, I thought they'd sent me the wrong model. At just 5.7 pounds, it felt too light to be a serious hunting tool. I was dead wrong. This rifle changed my entire view of what's possible in modern hunting firearms. Over 6 months of testing, I took this rifle through mud, snow, desert heat, and pouring rain. I dropped it accidentally, banged it against rocks while climbing, and left it overnight in freezing temperatures. Through it all, it maintained hair-splitting accuracy that made me look like a better shooter than I am. The carbon fiber reinforced stock feels warm to the touch, even in cold weather, and provides perfect grip in all conditions. The controlled round feed action operates with a smoothness that makes other rifles feel crude by comparison. Kimber's machining is so precise, you can feel the difference with your eyes closed. The adjustable trigger is a work of art, breaking at exactly 3.5 pounds with zero creep or over travel. In .270 Winchester, it drives tacks at 300 yards while producing recoil mild enough to watch your hit through the scope. During an elk hunt last fall, I took a shot at 315 yards in swirling winds. The bullet flew true, making a perfect heart shot that dropped a 6x6 bull in his tracks. What truly separates this rifle from the competition is how it addresses real-world hunting needs. The oversized bolt handle and safety work flawlessly with gloved hands. The 22-inch stainless barrel is fluted to reduce weight while maintaining rigidity for consistent accuracy. The special bedding system keeps your zero regardless of temperature changes or rough handling. Pros: sub-MOA accuracy guaranteed. Controlled feed extractor grabs cases. Limb saver, recoil pad, reduces felt kick by nearly 40% compared to standard pads. Marine-grade finish resists corrosion. Cons: limited dealer availability means you might have to order one. Performs best with premium ammunition, though still good with standard loads. No iron sights for backup if your scope fails. Requires Kimber-specific scope rings for best results. This rifle represents the pinnacle of modern hunting technology. The perfect balance of weight, accuracy, reliability, and handling. It's designed for hunters who demand absolute perfection when that once-in-a-lifetime shot opportunity arrives. This rifle represents the pinnacle of modern hunting technology. The perfect balance of weight, accuracy, reliability, and handling. It's designed for hunters who demand absolute perfection when that once-in-a-lifetime shot opportunity arrives.